All right, hi, my name is Wing Liang, the Argon Watch designer. In today's video, I'm going to do a presentation of some of our newer items, but it's been out for quite a few months. The reason why I'm doing this is I've received a lot of messages, and people always tell me like, I've never seen this before, I've never seen this before. And I tell them, oh, this watch has been out for like 3 months or 4 months. So it gave me an idea that I should, maybe weekly or every 2 weeks, I should do another presentation and bring back some of the older, newer design. Does it make sense? Older, newer designs. So, for example, on this table today, what I have is 3 collections. I know many of you are very familiar with collections, the name of them. So I'm going to begin with this. Is what we have here is the anti-gravity date red automatic. Okay, and then after I present all the names, and I'll go back and talk each one individually. And the one on the bottom, like below, is the Matador 8040N. Okay, and over here is our DF. Okay, Death Fighter carbon fiber collection. So we have 3 different sizes: 48, 50, and 43. So each one is very unique, and I hope this video will go out to new collectors or some of our Argon customers that they might not have seen it. Even though I know you guys are very supportive and watch all my videos on YouTube and we post them on social media. So this video, hopefully it will remind some of our viewers what we have in the collection. So let's talk about each one. And of course, I'm wearing the DF carbon fiber case. So what is a carbon fiber case? Because we always have stainless steel and titanium. I mean, most of our, I would say over 95% of our Argon watches are all in stainless steel, case or bracelet. I think months ago we introduced our first titanium. No, not our first, our second, because we had it in the Virtuoso. But for the Dive Master collection, we introduced it in the titanium, and it has been very well received. A lot of people love the design and they love the lightweight, but let's go back and talk about the carbon fiber. So with this collection, let me point out very quickly. Let me get a tool. So if I can get a tool, so maybe I can use it as a pointer. So let me talk about this. From 3 to 9 o'clock position is a 43 millimeter stainless steel bezel, fixed bezel. Okay, sapphire crystal. Okay, so if you remember, this watch came out a few months ago. It was a big hit. It really is. And we introduced these 4 colors. And why I like this collection is it may not show as clearly in the black case, the black carbon fiber case. Yeah, there you go. Okay, let me stop the camera. There you go. So there are multiple layers. I think somebody counted it. It was like 20-some layers of real carbon fiber compressed together to make this watch. So it is a really, really big deal. That we're able to come out with a carbon fiber case, sapphire crystal automatic at our price point. So most of the time people always say like, how does Argon do it? That we're able to make them such a affordable price. It's because we take a lot of, what I would say, like we take a bite out of our profit. Number one, and so we can be able to sell them at an affordable price. Number 2 is we've been in the industry for over 30 years, so we have a lot of connections. We have our own manufacturing facility, so that's another way of cutting down the cost. And also we sell direct. So if you are not familiar with our brand, we used to sell to thousands of stores across the country and internationally. And then in the early 2000s, we went to TV channels. And then in our late 20s, 2010s, we start dealing directly on the internet. So how we do it is we cut the middleman and go directly to our watch collectors. So that's how we make it so affordable. And there's another thing that recently that I've been gave me an idea. Let me say it like this. So recently, I've been buying something for myself, for my home, and whenever I see, let's just say I'm buying like a tool, for example, and let's just say it's $1,000, and then I see another brand, they will come out with like affordable prices like $200. I always feel like, whoa, is that good quality, or is that they cut their costs down and make something affordable, but the quality is really bad? I don't know. I mean, might be lasting like 10 times of use or whatever. And then I gave it a try, right? So, and then when I received the product, I was like, whoa, look at this. The quality of it and the longevity, everything was like on par with what I didn't expect. So ever since that, and then I start thinking about the Aragon brand. So for example, this carbon fiber watch, right, with sapphire crystal and automatic. And I just briefly went on, the internet, check it out, and I saw watches like between $600 to thousands of dollars. And then I started thinking, so no wonder why a lot of people are not, maybe I should say it like this. Some people are dare to try us. And the majority of the mass market, they'll be like, I don't believe it. Maybe some guy in Taiwan or some guy in France, they would be like $200, but this should be like $800 normally. They're used to paying for a watch for like $800, and when they see an Aragon carbon fiber watch for $200, they'll be like, I don't want to take the risk, right? But to be very, very honest, the quality that we have is basically you're just buying. Our price is like factory price, okay? It could be, maybe sometimes people would rather pay $800 for a watch than a $200 in Aragon because they are afraid to try us. What if this is a scam, Or what if the customer service is not out there? So, and to be very honest with everybody, our customer service is really, really good. We usually reply to people. If you contact us by email, we get back to you within 24 hours. I'm always on social media. And kicked it again. Okay, here we go. Let me come back. So I'm on social media. A lot of people message me. I usually just get back to people within a day or within hours, or sometimes you catch me while on social media, I get back to people immediately. Okay, so enough said. So I really don't want any one of you miss the opportunity to get this carbon fiber watch. It's very, very good looking. So the spec is sapphire crystal, okay, with AR. The strap, silicone strap in 2 ways. Okay, so we ship it to you with the smooth side, but you can flip it. The reason why we encourage you to flip it is so you can match this pyramid texture dial. Okay, so I didn't push in the crown, that's why it's not moving. And by the way, this is a Seiko SII NX35 without a date window at the 3 or the 6 o'clock position. So anyway, if you're not familiar, okay, one more thing, by the way, usually $200, very, very honest, that you go to a shopping mall or majority of brands is a quartz watch, not an automatic, okay? If you're not familiar with automatic, so what it means is It's purely a mechanical watch with a rotor in the back. So when you wear this, the rotor will turn. And for the NX35, it winds both directions. Okay, it will put the energy into the mainspring right here. And once it's fully charged, it will run for the next 40 hours. Let's just, for example, 40 hours, right? So you see what I did? I set the time, I wind it, make sure you lock the crown, turn it clockwise, push and turn clockwise. Make sure it's smooth so you don't strip the teeth. And the second hand is running, okay? This is also capable of swimming, scuba diving up to 660 feet, submersible underwater. So we are a brand. When we tell you this watch is capable of scuba diving professionally for 660 feet, go right ahead. The watch will be able to take the pressure. All right, so once again, this is the black carbon fiber with over 20 layers of 20 layers of carbon fiber compressed together. So if you're gonna get the black case, you see this right here, it's more subtle. I like it like this. And I know that if you know me not long enough, I always get either silver or black dial. Majority of the time it's black dial. If I can come closer, look at how beautiful the texturization on this. And then the paint work on this dial, on all of our dials, is bar none. It's one of the best you can find, okay? I'm gonna put down the black. I wanna show you the blue because the blue and the green are much more visible. By the way, it's a very, very thin watch, in my opinion. I like a thicker watch, and I also like a thin watch. So this one I think is approximately 13.85. Let me check this out. Okay, I have a, okay, reset it again. So let's see. Very lightweight. Oh, 13.89. I was close. Very, very close. So anyway, very good looking. Let me show you the green. I hope you guys buy one of this in your collection because, we always have stainless steel. We always have all the type of metal, but carbon fiber is kind of a rare in the watch world. We always see them on dial, but watch case is kind of rare, not often seen. Look at this. Look how beautiful this is. Can you imagine you flip this upside down? I'm talking about the silicone strap. It will match. But if you want us to flip it for you, turn the silicone strap upside down for you, when you make the purchase, let us know. Let us know. We can do this internally here for you, okay? Just don't get upset if we forgot, but I just want to give you a heads up first. All right. Once again, what about the north to south? People always ask me this question. Okay, let me see. North to south is about 53. Is that 53? Oh no, sorry, 52.4. All right, and then the width of strap, I believe is 22. Yeah. Yeah, 22. Can you see it? Very nice. So 43, 3 to 9, and north to south, lug to lug is 52. The width of strap is 22. Thickness is 13.89. Over 20 layers of compressed carbon fiber being put together. I don't have a weight scale, but it's very lightweight. Very, very lightweight. All right. So good water resistance, 200 meters, by the way. All three of these collections are all water resistance to 660 feet, submersible underwater, go swimming, go scuba diving. You're very welcome to, as long as, okay, I want to point this out, as long as the crown is being shut and locked, okay? Because in the past, share some story with you, we've seen everything here. We see everything in our office. Some people say, bought the watch and say, water got inside to the watch. And, and we always say, like, did you lock the crown? And they were like, oh, I didn't know that. I'm new to watches. I didn't realize that the crown can be screwed in. You know, I don't blame them because a lot of people, they buy, they own or they buy quartz watches in the history. And quartz history doesn't or non-professional, non-professional water resistance watches. So they usually just pull out and push it back in to set the time, and that's it, right? But, who believes maybe a lot of people will be like, wow, never purchase a watch that are so well made, like the Argon watch. And with screw down crown and everything, sapphire crystal in such an incredible price. So what I have here is the Matador. Okay, the Matador, let me set it back because I know you guys do not like to see the bezel not being in the middle, centered. The Matador collection, okay, it also comes with automatic as well, but this particular one, okay, why I like this movement so much is the 8040N. Okay, I love this movement. It's completely Swiss made. Let me peel off the sticker. All parts are metal, okay? There's something about this, even though I am an automatic watch guy, okay, mechanical watch guy. There's something about this movement that I like, that I've been using it again and again. What I like about it is the function of this movement, okay? You have the big date. You have the retrograde date at the 12 o'clock position. So Sunday, Monday to Saturday, bounce back, retrogrades back. And then you have your chronograph, okay? Fast runner, your chrono large second, it's taking 1 second at a time. Regular second hand at the 6 o'clock, and the chrono minute, okay? Now, I was saying why I like this movement so much. So first of all, if this watch was a mechanical movement, okay, with this type of functions, we wouldn't be able to make this watch in this price range. And allow me to say this, if this was a mechanical with this complication, this type of complication, chronograph and so forth, big day and retrograde, I would say probably in multiple thousands of dollars, okay? Because when you have an automatic chronograph, it's already much more expensive. So quartz is a solution that is being able to make it affordable, okay? We also made it in exhibition case back. So by the way, I did quartz watches in exhibition case back for more than 30 years. And at first, when people first ask me, like, why do you make quartz movement with exhibition case back? It's because I think it's very beautiful. Because we got to, showcase this when the whole thing is made out of metal. We got to showcase the movement. And I know there's okay, let me see. Let me pick another one without the sticker. Okay, there you go. You see this part right here? Let me see if I can hold this. You see all this top plate is being removable, and all the wheels and gears are inside for repair and replacement. So if there's anything is being not working or so forth, this can be repaired. And also this movement has, I believe, is 13 jewels. Okay, so it's quite essential. And this movement is pretty expensive, by the way. All right, let's go back and talk about the Matador. The 3 to 9 is 50 millimeter, and you can see how the profile of the case is being constructed. Oversized crown, okay, sapphire crystal again. All right, you see how the case of the side wall of the case is shaped like a donut? Can you see this? And this is all the details that I like to put into the Matador collection. And also you see the teeth for the bezel for easy turn, easy gripping. And this part right here, what I like, so the center link is made into the first end link, the first solid end link, okay? All right, and the purpose of that is so the bracelet is wrapping around your wrist. Very soft, very comfortable. This is the purple. Look at how rich the dial color is. See? From reflection to no reflection. So by the way, we make watches in a big varieties of different sizes. You know, from 40 millimeter to 50. As a matter of fact, the gauge, we make them in 55. So there's always something for everyone. It might not be the Matador. The Matador, we also make it in the 42, okay? But might not be in the 80-40N because the movement itself is quite large. It would not fit into a 42 millimeter case. Super good looking watch. I hope you like it. Screw down crown. So again, sapphire crystal, 50 millimeter, and the thickness, let me see. This is a thicker watch. Okay, so let me reset. I would guess it's around 15 millimeter. Yeah, 1494. Not bad, huh? For such a big movement, big watch. So under 15 millimeter thickness. It's weighty. The bracelet is solid first hand link with the center link going into the solid first hand link. Exhibition case back, water resistance 200 meters. And the bonus of this is the glide lock. Look at that. Okay, glide lock, solid clasps, stainless steel, deploying 316L. Really, really good looking watch. Let me show you the ivory. How many of you have the ivory dial? Now, by the way, and let me say this, if every screen, okay, whether it's you have the Apple, Samsung, or a Dell computer, or Samsung TV, or YouTube, whatever, in person, and you see it through the screen, it could be different. In person, this ivory is much lighter. Okay, in the screen that I'm using, it gives you a little bit darker color. Okay, it's more like a gold, yellow, you know, like a beige gold. But in person, it's a much lighter color. I love all this. All the R index are real, not printed. So in the dial factory, every single one of the index is being hand assembled. The way they do it is really, really cool. So, you know, the metal plate, right? So what they do is they apply the R index and they turn it around the dial. Of course, you can't see it. And that's where they add the adhesive in the back and each one of the index has multiple legs. So it's so small and so thin, and they just have to precisely insert it into the dial, turn it around, and put adhesive to make sure that they are, you know, stick on the dial. All right, so the black, the piano black. There's not a bad color. Every single one. You know, you can choose however, you know, whatever color you want. But at the end of it, the outcome is just absolutely gorgeous. You know, if you have your entire collection is all blacked out, you know, maybe go for the purple. You know, I know not everybody is into, but try it. Try it. You don't have to have, let's say you have 20 watches in your collection. You could have at least one purple, or one blue, or one, you know, orange, or something like that. So let me show it to you. Really good looking watch. I know, you guys probably like laughing at me at home. Like, yeah, of course, you designed this watch, you keep, you know, praising your own watch. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. And the last that we're going to talk about today, okay, is the anti-gravity. Now, most likely, I'm not 100%, that you will not have a date red in your collection, especially automatic. Okay, this is an automatic. Okay, by the way, if you've seen this dial, it's supposed to be white. Okay, the dial, the lower dial is supposed to be white, and you see it's kind of like an ivory or cream color. It's because it's naturally glowing in the dark. So because we're in a darker room, okay, in the studio environment, it's supposed to be white, and now the luminous is trying to jump out of the dial. All right, so let's go back and talk about this watch. I take pride of everything I do, and this date red was not supplied by SII NX35. So what I did is, many years ago, okay, I came up with this idea using this automatic movement and modify, removing the disc and make our own disc and modify into this movement. And then the way it does is basically, let me show it to you. You see how, I don't know if you can see it, follow it. Maybe later on I'll use the orange, it's much more easy to see. You see how, if I remember correctly, every jump is approximately like 11.67 degree that goes around one resolution of the dial. It's really cool. Let's talk about the dial now. It's a multiple layer, 2 layers of dial with floating hour index. If you're not familiar with this, I always love to create something different, just like the millipede sun and moon dial. It also has the floating hour index. So dual layer dial with floating hour index. What a beautiful watch. Again, sapphire crystal. Now, this sapphire crystal again is much different than the DF40's carbon fiber and the Matador. It's because this is a convex. Look at this. You see the clarity when you look at the watch from profile. So you have a case with a fixed bezel. So it's a multiple piece case construction. Okay, dual layer dial. And then the numbers are being cut out so you can see the disc underneath to go around the dial. Of course, every 24 hours we have one jump. All right, so maybe not so this is a white dial glows green, okay, full lume dial. This one is a little bit more expensive because of the luminous material. So let me pick up the orange. By the way, there are 6 colors for this, so there's a color for everyone. So white, lime green, orange, what else? Blue and black, and then there's one more, I think is pink, if I remember correctly. So maybe the orange is a lot easier to see the contrast of the red date. So let me try to pull it up. You see it? You see how it's jumping? By the way, I'm turning really quick, so you can see the effect. So 15, 16, 17, it's going here already. It's an amazing watch. Water resistant, 200 meters. Thickness might be a little bit thicker because of the convex dial, but very importantly, don't judge a watch by like when you hear a number. Oh, 17, 18, 13, don't judge a watch by the number. Just have the watch, so 15.2. Not bad with a convex crystal, because every watch wears differently, okay? Because even though it sounds like it's like 0.3 millimeter thicker than a Matador, but when you wear it on your wrist, being able to see like almost a crystal is non-exist. It's almost like you can, put your hands, almost like you can touch the fingers. I mean, not touch fingers, touch the hands or the index of this watch. See, that's the whole reason why I like convex crystal. Sorry, I know the camera is going in and out. This automatic focus, autofocus, is quite interesting. You see, do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, It's almost like there's no crystals, the clarity of a convex crystal. And this is another reason why you should go for this collection. The anti-gravity, you know, is interesting is the date window is different than any other watch. If you don't already have one, okay? I love the floating hour index, you know, the dual layer of the dial. Everything about this watch is interesting. And by the way, I always have a hard time differentiating. I know it's me, it's not you, between the hexagon and the octagon. So this, I don't want to take off the wrapper because these are all brand new watches. So if you can see the link, it's a hexagon link, the shape of it, each one of them. And it's a 3-piece link bracelet, solid deploying clasp. Nice, isn't it? Decorated rotor with the Argon blue. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will be, you know, doing this more often. Go back and pick out some of the newer, older models to talk about. Oh, here it is. Here's another one. It's the purple, not pink. So we have 6 colors. It's white, lime green, purple, blue and black, orange. By the way, if you haven't seen these colors are so vibrant. I think I remember when I did the video, I call them Jolly Rancher, like the candy. You know, sometimes you can wear a very serious watch. Sometimes you can wear a fun watch to change it up, you know, to make your day feel better. Or for, you know, I know collectors, they have multiple watches, but for, let's just say someone never heard of Argon, okay? He's not a watch collector, but he's looking for a watch. And he's looking for something different. And most of the watch companies, they only produce black, silver, blue dials. And then you come across and see, wow, lime green. This is really different. Never had a watch like this color. Never had a date window like this. So try this watch. Okay, 50 millimeter is really not that big. Look at mine. You like it? Pyramid texture dial, carbon fiber case. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. And I really need your help. I've been saying this many times. I try to say as often as I can is, please, we are a small watch company, small watch brand. We don't produce millions of watches a year. We produce in small quantities. And a lot of people don't know our brand, you know, and help us promote the brand, tell people about us, you know, go to our website. You know, if you're seeing this on social media, you know, leave us a comment, give us a thumbs up. That will help a lot. And subscribe to our channels and share our videos with all your friends. That will give us a lot more, people to know us out there. Okay, so thank you for watching. I think I spent more than 30 minutes today, and I think it's great. Okay, see you guys soon, very soon.